Hello to all traders and welcome back to another video brought to you by Orbex. So we're sticking with stocks as we kick off this Monday morning, heading into November shortly, and ExxonMobil and Chevron are really powering up on their earnings reports after ExxonMobil actually had a record-breaking quarter, almost 20 billion in revenue coming in, and Chevron actually just not far behind, and it's quite a contrast to this time last year as we look at Exxon reportedly earning, as I said, nearly $20 billion in the third quarter, or 468 a share, and that's almost triple the 6.8 billion that it made this time last year. So to put into contrast, you can see that these big oil prices that have been really pushing this high inflation are showing no signs of slowing down at the moment. So we're going to see what is in store for share price, what is in store for windfall tax as well, after ExxonMobil's chief operator did say that there should be no windfall taxes imposed on these companies. But Joe Biden has another theory because of this high inflation, and the winter is setting in shortly, and you can only imagine that these profits will go higher and higher for these big corporations, even though they are getting a lot of bumper third quarter profits. Obviously this isn't applying to a lot of the American families that are obviously struggling this winter. So we'll see if Joe Biden has anything to say about that, and if any of these company profits will change in the fourth quarter and going into 2023 as well. So let's just see what's happening on the share price. Well, as you can see here, we are seeing record profits for ExxonMobil first of all, and we're just moving into new territory here because we're looking at a slight correction which started here, but we thought it possibly would be even a more deeper correction, but because it was quite short, we saw prices moving quite significantly high as well. Quite interestingly enough, we're just looking at the last peak here, and if we look on the RSI at the last peak, we're seeing now that this peak, the latest move to the upside hasn't really gone above the latest peak, so we could be looking at a slight bearish divergence. So the correction could come here, and we could possibly see, let's remove these drawings, we could possibly see a quite deep correction coming for ExxonMobil, possibly down to the high border of the Ichimoku cloud, and this could actually be below the last peaks that we saw recently. So just look out for a big sell-off. We are expecting another jump in price action because aftermarket moves are quite significant when earnings season is upon us. However, we could be seeing a move to the downside quite significantly soon. So just look out for that if you are trading these big oil company stocks in America. Again, on the 4-hour chart, we're just seeing this vast ascension, breaking through the last peaks that we've seen. And because of this, as I said, we are looking for another move higher when the markets do open shortly, but there could be a slight correction afterwards and a bit of a sell-off in these oil stocks. But look out for the windfall tax news that Joe Biden is possibly going to try and push for these big corporations, because as I said, he did make a statement saying, you know, American families are not seeing this money, it's all going to shareholders, which is quite significant for the US economy. The European economy as well, looking to move into a recession because of this high inflation and big moves on the oil prices as well. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. Chevron, on the other hand, we are looking pretty much like prices are going to go in tandem here. We'll put it back to the 1-day chart just to give you a brief outlook on everything. And as I said, with the movement here, we are seeing now Chevron break the latest peak. But as I said, when the markets do open, we are expecting a slight move higher, but then we could see a deep correction start moving even more to the downside. But we'll have to wait and see. As you can see, very nice pattern here, looking harmonic there. But will we see another big sell-off? Obviously, harmonic patterns are reversals as well as most other patterns in the market. So we'll have to wait and see if we're gonna move to the downside after this. So just keep an eye on that as well. So let's just look at the 4-hour chart as well. So we can see that harmonic pattern really taking shape, but let's remove these patterns because I just want to have a quick look with the Ichimoku indicator as well, what we're looking at in the near term. Well, from what I can see, we are looking at a bit of a slowdown now, slight consolidation. And as I said, we are looking for a bit of a correction after this big move to the upside. Earnings season can be very advantageous for the time being for a lot of companies, but when reality sets in and obviously when bears do get into the market, then we could see quite a productive sell-off there. So good opportunities for sellers if we do get those signals to the downside as well. But as I said, keep an eye out for the windfall tax news. Keep an eye out for the next move for a lot of the big central banks and political movement in the market, because as I said, Joe Biden is looking to start pushing down on, or clamping down on, these oil companies because they're making too much profit, and obviously for this high inflated market that we're in at the moment. So let me know what you think, let me know what you're trading on, and we'll speak again tomorrow for the latest in fundamentals and technicals. So have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.